Hello everyone, and welcome back to GMD 100. So I promised I was going to make a video of the assignment that we missed over class last week, as I was still still reeling from the effects of the, the medication and everything else that involved in the procedure. So here we go. Now, those of you that can see here about this whole how to fix render pipeline, so on and so forth, I had, for whatever reason, an issue in this where nothing was rendering. So what I had to do was I had to just update it to the latest version of the pipeline, not the pipeline, but the newest version, a higher version of Unity, and had it reassemble. So, and now here's how it works. So we've gotten to this point, and yes, I do realize there are two node options that failed to load and were skipped. Don't know exactly what they are, but at least it's viewable and playable right now. And we've gotten to this point right here where we can open and close a door behind us with a key. So what's going to happen in this video is we're going to be able to step on this switch to open the door. And then in theory, step on it again to open it again, step on it again to open it again. You see how the little gravel is happening over there again, like that? Yeah. And then as for the stuff that happens here, like pushing things and closing things and, making a box pushable and whatnot, this part all right here we will wind up doing later. But there we go, it's in there and we can get to the end of the level. But realistically, the only thing we need to worry about right now is this guy right here, this switch for that second door. Now, as you can tell, I've already done everything in this, so we're just going to go in and do the part specifically for the second door. So I'm going to go to the object root, I'm going to go to the second door, and I'm going to undo the script machine for the door, because I'll do that again. At the same time, I'll also do with the door button, I will also undo that script machine as well. Boop. I will undo that. So now, if I go and play this game again, we will see that we are going to start ourselves off in an area where, even though I hit the button, nothing happens. So that is and of course this door, we go right through it because there's no script on this door either right now. So this is the situation of what we would be in had we started the assignment right here. So let's go in and let's start with the custom effects. So overview, events in this are blah, 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 blah. Event nodes are receivers of those messages. So right now when it's saying two node options failed to load and were skipped, there are two receivers of messages down here that have somehow gotten skipped. In this tutorial, you will write this custom script with the game objects to interact with each other, each node powerful programming tool. So we're going to open the door with a button. After Cloud goes through the first door object, you find yourselves in a new room with buttons. This button is door object. We will name this the second door. So what's the difference of the second door? The second door will be pushed when Cloud pushes the door button. To do this, we will use a custom event to detect when a button is pushed. So follow these instructions, or more likely, it'll look kind of like this. Oh, that did not help at all. So it'll look kind of like, oh, come on, where's the shift? Can I not do shift scroll while I'm in the thing? I don't think I can shift scroll while I'm in this. Okay, cool. So basically, we're going to have an enter cell and a door button when it's pushed, the custom events arguments. So I will go and I'll just make a create a new C# script. And what do I want to name this script? You know what? Considering I'll name this, is this specifically for the button? Get variable, door to open, door button pushed. Let's see here. What do they want me to name it? A trigger on the door button. Okay, cool. So I will name this door button 2, just for the sake of argument that I'm doing this from scratch, and I know it's going to replace the original door button script that I have over here. And that's a C# script that I do not want. Let me create a visual scripting Created visual scripting there. Because I don't want door button 2 to be C#. I want it to be actual visual scripting. Let me name this door button 2B. There we go. Door button 2B. And let me just delete this entirely. Delete. Yeah. There we go. So there's... helps when I name things that are the same thing. So right here, if I take a look at my door button right here, if I go to edit graph, there is currently nothing in door button 2B. Doesn't exist. If I go to door button, just normal door button script, you'll see that this is the finished result of what we would be getting. But we're not at the finished result yet. So I'm just going to go back to door button 2B. There we go. So door button 2B. Got myself a script here. And on this script, I want to have the enter cell. So on enter cell, which as we know, enter cell is a event that we have that has, stuff coming out of it, and we know that we have a moving object coming out of the enter cell. So when we enter the cell, so in theory, when we land on top of that button right there, that button that's right there in the corner, when we land on that button, when we enter that cell, something will happen. And what's going to happen is we're going to get a custom event trigger argument. So basically, we can make custom events of anything. Say we have a custom event of opening up a treasure chest. And when you open up the treasure chest, you take the treasure that's inside. Now, if this was simply a on collision or on contact or on press the enter button or whatever, you can simply every single time just walk right back into that chest, open it up a second time, take the treasure a second time, so on and so forth. I'm sure someone here has played an RPG where they opened up a box with a potion in it, and then they opened up the box again, got another potion, and they just kept going for 99 times to get max potions. That's because the event was simply a static event. But with a custom event, we could set a trigger, basically, so that, hey, once you've opened the chest and taken the potion, there's no more potions in there. Or we could have a set amount. There's 20 potions. After 20 times of opening the chest, you get no more. It's done. We can customize stuff like this. Hence why we have different arguments right here. Right now, there's an argument of 0. But, so basically, trigger, custom event, and boop, 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 boop. And the event that we're going to name this is we're going to name it door button pushed. Door button pushed. And the door button pushed is going to get a variable. And is it a flow variable? No, it's an object variable. I want to grab an object, specifically an object. And the object I want is door to open self. And this is self. So when I hit this, I'm grabbing an object variable called door to open. Now, there currently is no object variable called door to open right here. As you notice, I've got graph, scene, app. I've got a scene variable that's called the inventory. That's just on the entire scene. I don't have an object variable yet called door to open. So, this node has a game object input that defaults to self, in this case, the door button. However, on the receiving end of this event, the script doesn't need a button, it needs the door that we want. You will pass the second door game object to this event with an object variable. So, create an object variable named door to open with a type of game object. So, let's just go and create ourselves a... Why can I not click an object variable? Okay, well, let me... Okay, can I hit edit graph now? Will that allow me to... Oops, nope. Okay, and there's no object variable on the normal one either. So, that means it's not in specifically this edit graph. That means I need to probably click on the door itself, don't I? There's the second door. Second door script. No, not need that. Variables. Do I have any variables on you? No. So was it on by any chance the door button? Was that where the variable was on? Yes, the variable was on the door button itself. So basically, let me just grab my door button to be script. Let me put it on my door button. Okay, no, I'll just switch it this way, being door button to, there we go. There we go. Door button 2 is now currently on my button. Let me remove this variable. There we go. Now so if you ever need to find anything, we go to add components, we can add a variable. So I'm going to literally add a variable. I'm going to name it door to open. I'm going to literally name it right here. So I'm on my door button itself. I'm in my variables on it, and I'm going to make this a game object. Because what object do I need to open? Well, I need to open, well, let me find it. I need to find, not decoration, not decoration, not decoration. I need to find myself the second door. And there's my second door right there. So if I hit the second door, boom. Now, the door to open is the second door. And that variable is on my door button. Okay? So my button itself has the script, the door button script. It also has on it a variable. But the object that I'm calling inside this button is not the object that I'm standing on. The object that I'm calling is the door. Okay? Makes sense? I don't have to have the button call the button. I can have the button call the door. Or I could have the button call a wall. Or I could have the button call, I don't know, the key. Maybe we could have a key fall down once we hit the button. Or I could have the button call something else entirely. Point being, I've grabbed a game object. That game object is the second door, and I've named that second door door to open. So when I enter the cell, door to open gets sent into this custom event called door button pushed. Okay? So basically, when I enter the cell, I'm grabbing door 2 and using it for that. That's so far what's happening. Okay, so copy the visual script. Now let's script second door. You will adapt this from the first door script. So let me just make myself a new. So we got the first door script. First door script. I'm going to. Where is duplicate? I can just copy and paste. Copy, paste. Yes, I've got a second one. So there's first door script 2. I'm going to rename this to second door script. And I'll name this, probably 2, because, as I've said, I'm redoing this. So second door script 2. Second door script 2 currently has everything that first door script had on it. Okay? Currently has everything first door script had on it. Like right now where it's checking for a key, it's checking to open the door, everything like that. Everything that was on first script 1, the first door, is on the second door because I literally copy and pasted it. But the second door is not going to be checking for a key. So this part right here is going to have to change. So we're going to have to change that to making sure the door is pushed. Okay. So, and also let me just go and put that script on the second door. So there's the second door. And right now, obviously, the first door script is on, but let me just rename that second door script. And right now, I have the second door script on it. The one that I just made is second door script 2. So remember, once again, you won't have multiple second door scripts. I'm literally just doing this on a project that's already finished, so I'm restarting the process. That's why I made these blank scripts. So there we go. And now, if I notice that, the second script door is right there on it. And that should say second door script. Okay, cool. There we go. Got it. It actually now says second door script. And I'm going to put the script machine on it. So there we go, and the script machine is checked. Speaking of which, let me make sure that I actually have the door button actually also checked. Yes, you currently don't do anything. There we go. So now, in theory, if I were to do where I'm at right now, I have a button script on the button, and I have a door script on the door. However, the door script on the door is the door script that gets the key. So in theory, doing this button does nothing. Yeah, this button does nothing, but if I grab the key, okay, well the key deleted itself, so I now have a door I can't go through because I already used the key, and the button does nothing. Cool. That's where we're currently at. So, let's get this button and this door to interact with each other. Script a custom event on the door. So, we've got ourselves this thing. So, is door... Add an object variable to the second door using the object tab on the blackboard. There are two nodes that apply to this door. Nodes that check for a key. The nodes that check for the door closed behind it. Delete these nodes from your script. This is what you'll have that looks like left. Okay, so if I go to my second door and edit this graph, yeah, this object right here of the is door open. Let's see here, what do we got? So is door open, get object is open, this, that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I want to get rid of the check inventory for key, because we don't need that. You're not going to let me delete this, are you? Okay, delete. 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 Cool. So is door open? Cool. Don't need to worry about that. And we also need to get rid of closing the door behind us, because I'm guessing we're not going to have the door close behind us ever again. So delete that, and delete that. And I guess I'll string opened? Why do we get rid of the... I see that there's no animation name in this, so I'm going to get rid of this as well. But there we go. But I have the strangest feeling I'll be bringing that back, or bringing that back under a new name. So yes, I should have just the open door, animate the door, check to see if the door is open, which is currently what I get. And right now I also have the variable is open. Apparently that object variable does not exist on this door. So is open doesn't even exist right now, so we'll have to fix that at some point. So we need to switch this around so that make sure that the button is pressed on that. So custom arguments, self, door, button, door pushed. Okay, self, door, button pushed. So custom events. Custom events. And what did we named it? We named it door, button pushed, right? Okay, door, button pushed. And boop. You know that's going to open the door. Got it. The door will immediately open when Clive pushes the button. Let's see if that works. So let's save that. Well, although let's see if that error of ours causes an issue. Got the key. Well, we've frozen the game on the button. Missing value for animation name. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought getting rid of that animation name would be an issue. So, can I Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, string opened. Custom event. And we've named the custom event door button pushed. Door button pushed. So on the door button pushed event, boom, we're going into that. Save. Now let's see if we freeze and lock up when we when we hit the button again. Okay, cool. The door, in fact, lowers now, and that makes the button trigger. So, and of course, I hit the button again, boom, it does absolutely nothing again, does nothing again, does nothing again. So, what's happening when we do this? So, the custom events door button pushed is, in fact, boop, 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 boop. Where is the door button push to? Edit graph. There we go. This guy right here. And remember, on that guy right there, the object we grabbed was the door to open. The door to open, we decided, was door 2. So, basically, on this script for the second door, I am calling the custom event of door button pushed, which the door button pushed event is on a completely different script. It's on the button script. So the script on the door is calling the event on the button, okay? And so like I said, we can grab various stuff from various components whenever we want, you know? So we can have the door call the button. We can have the button call the door, so on and so forth, you know? So it's just remember what you name things and where you put them. Because I could put this door button push argument on any object, really. If I wanted to put that on, you know, that switch right there, I could have that switch grab the button press from that door. You know, and have every time you hit this button, this switch goes left, right, because that's the animation of it. Left side, right side, left side, right side on that switch. Or I can have this VAT go open, close, open, close, open, close every time you hit this button. I can call this button from any other object if I want to. So that's what we did. And now, animate the button, super unit update 1. Oh, oops. So I probably need to, I probably did not have those already changed. So here's how the subgraph currently looks like. Boop, 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 boop. And I just need to add the animation name and animation. Okay, so basically, instead of making the input, okay, so basically here's what they did. On the animation subgraph, I didn't realize I changed this in this part. They just had an input and a value, and they named the value opened. What they changed that to is they changed the input to having also an animation name. So if you notice, the animation name was not necessarily opened, it was door to open, or it was something else entirely. You know, basically we're just adding another variable in our input to set to our booleans. That's what we did. So if I take a look at the script of the animation effects script, yeah, there it is. You know, so under the inputs, I just added a new data input, made it a string, made it called animation name right up there. So instead of just getting the value, we're also getting the name. Now, why could this be beneficial? Well, the animation value is simply open or close. It's either yes or no, on or off, true or false. But the thing we open could be something different entirely. So if we shove something that says open door 2 into the animation name, well then we're going to specifically be grabbing only open door 2. If we have open door 3 as the animation name, we are going to then, you know, have the value going to open door 3. And so on and so forth. We could have 100 different doors. Open door 86, open door 93. We can do all of that just by separating it and shoving the specific value of the specific item we want in that name. So you won't have to redo the code 99 times. You just do the code once, and you send a different name into the into the name every single time. So that door X opens door X, door Y opens door Y, door Z opens door Z, so on and so forth. And the value, of course, is either on or off. That's how that's going to wind up working. And then, of course, that's where that all, and then here's where more stuff is going to happen later on that will, have audio clips and stuff like that happen later on. But really right now, the only part that changed is the input, and then at the visual effect, there we go, there's the end of it thus far. So that's where the output is up to this point. The point about having sound effects is not going to happen until later on in the tutorial. And then we want to update the door button script. Return to the door button script. Select the door at the left end script. Door button script. Okay, cool. So we're going to go back to our door button script. There's door button 2. Nope, that's door button 1. There we go. So here's our current door button. Our current door button that has no animations on it. Which, why then? Because I saw an animation. Why is the door button doing the animations? I got door button 2B, edit graph, check. Second door, I bet you it's just because of the animation preset thing that's doing it. Because I never changed the animation preset for this. So, anyway, we're just going to go back to the door button, because we're going to edit this. Because right now, in theory, what should be happening on your end is the door will just open, with no animation. I bet you because I never changed the animation effects, that's why that's happening. But now, in theory, this is the point where we should start having actual animations. So, basically, when the door button gets pushed, we want to make sure that the animation is checked. When it's not pressed, the animation is not playing. So, this is where we just go and say, exit cell, so on and so forth. Oh, actually, I think this is for the button itself. Okay, cool. This is for the button itself, now that I look at it. What do I mean by that? I mean, when I step on this button, the button doesn't register that it's being stepped on visually. So, like, if I step on the button right over here, see how the button, like, it doesn't look like I landed on it. It doesn't depress. Whereas this one, spoilers, depresses and does a little animation like that. Then when I leave it, it goes back up. See how it goes back down? This one doesn't do that. So, we're going to make that one depress. So, we just also want to have our exit cell. Okay, so exit cell. So we've got something when we enter the cell. We also want something to happen when we exit the cell. And super unit. Yeah, add super unit, animation and effects. Animation and what did I name you? Anim and effects. Anim and effects. There we are. Because you're a subgraph. Boop, 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 boop. And I know I need to do another one of you, so duplicate. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. And of course, there goes to output, output. And I just need a Boolean literal. Boolean literal. And copy paste. Boolean literal. So when I exit the cell, the animation value will return to closed. The animation value, when I press it, will go to open. Or in this case, press down, go back up to its normal position. And the string that I'm looking for is the string that I'm going to be naming push. And that string can go to, well, both of them actually, because I will either have, the value will either be You know, this is the situation where we're saying, hey, we've got a name and a value. So the value can either be on or off, and the specific name that we go sending to it can do the same thing. So now with that being saved, now in theory, when I go and press these buttons, now when I jump on this, there we go, the button actually went down. And you see how it says, you know, second door, door pushed, but then pushed, push got sent to true. And then when I jump off of this, I exit the cell, pushed got sent to false. And there it is right there at that point. And matter of fact, if I just squeeze this in over to that side and that side, we can see these values going in real time. Boom, there's that value. Boom, there's the value going off. Boom, there's the value going in. There's the value going off. So that's all it is. So that's how this works in its entirety. So yeah, we've updated the Super 1 unit. We've completed the final door. We've got the first door, second door going on. There we go. So what's next? Well, what's next is we're going to make ourselves pushable objects, but we're going to make pushable objects in class when we meet each other up in the following week. So yes, for anyone that was having trouble with this assignment while I was sick, here is how you can go and create it. Hopefully you're able to follow along. And as you can see, yes, there are times when either I go, whoops, wait a minute, what did I do? I made a mistake. You know, it's coding. There's going to be typos. There's going to be things that we forgot to put on something, so on and so forth. Like someone asked me a question of, hey, why does my thing not work? And the answer is, well, could be many things. Did we remember to attach an output? Did we attach an input? Did we put the script on the object? Did we remember to have the object checked? You know, like if we have like was the script machine just flat out unchecked? You know, something like that. You know, there could be 20 different reasons why. So it's just a matter of just checking each and every single possible one of them and finding out which one you forgot to do. You know, does it not have an actual, you know, does this not have an actual, what am I looking for? Like a collider on it. Does it just forget to have a collider? Does it forget to have a rigid body? There's so many different reasons why something just isn't working. Did we forget to, you know, put you know, we've got ourselves trigger inputs right here, but do we not have our variable object named? Did we just forget to name something? Is that name misspelled somewhere? You know, it's literally just a matter of there's 20 different bajillion things we could possibly do. By the way, this is a math script of how to make something pushable, but we're not going to do that right now. And yeah, so it's a matter of let me see it in class. We'll figure out which of the 20 different things it is. Because I guarantee you got 19 out of 20 of them correct. It's just a matter of finding which one of the 20. And that's the trial and error. Let's look here. Nope. Let's look here. Nope. Let's look here. Yes. Okay. And that's just a matter of, we'll just do that in class. So thank you all very much. You have a great day. I'm going to go record a video for another class now that needs an assignment video as well. So see you guys soon. Bye-bye.